He's a good man. Doesn't mean that furniture should be sitting there waiting for him. In my opinion, I feel like you're taking advantage of his kindness.
How long can you do that for before you explode? And that's exactly what he did. We retired a year and a half ago. I begged, I pleaded, please give me a chance. Give me a chance. I wasn't perfect. I nagged.
Welcome back to Get It Out. Now today we have a video from Modern Dating here. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get right into it.
6 weeks ago, my husband, the love of my life, my rock, sat down and said he needed to talk to me. Long story short, he is not happy and wants a divorce. I begged, I pleaded, please give me a chance. Give me a chance. I wasn't perfect. I nagged.
Wait a minute. You said he blindsided you, but then you said you nagged. Were you nagging throughout the marriage? I'm sure. I can imagine.
Did things that are not divorce worthy.
She acknowledged that she did things in the marriage that could affect her husband, but she didn't expect him to file for divorce over it. He got her off guard.
So I came across this lady's video. As you can see, she lives in San Diego. And she said that 6 weeks ago, her husband came to her and said he needed to talk. And what did he want to talk about? He wanted a divorce. Now, she said they were getting ready to break ground on a new house. They had retired. They had paid off all of their debt, all of their bills, including paying off their current house. They were planning a trip for 2025, and they had just booked a bucket list trip for Italy. And he said that he wanted a divorce. What was the reason? He said that he was unhappy and he wanted out. Now, she's not saying anything that this man did bad. And I'm thinking this man paid off all of the bills. This man paid off all of the debt. Then she says, I nagged. Then she says, I did things that doesn't deserve divorce. Then she tried to then blame him by saying he kept all of his emotions inside.
There's a reason he did that, and I know most would understand. Sometimes it's better to stay quiet.
And he didn't express them. And when he did express them, he threw me in the trash. Do you guys know what that man was missing in this entire marriage and why he's not happy? And he decided to divorce now. He's been missing peace. He's been missing peace. Had the money, had the houses, had the cars, had the career, had all of that other stuff. He's been missing peace this entire time. And he's decided, hey, the bills are paid off. We can split the assets evenly, do what we got to do, and we can go our separate ways.
If he wants peace, he should provide it to her also. It goes both ways. She only cheated once. He is so controlling. He waited till he could have a clean split. Not just peace, he was missing respect.
Yes.
If you cannot be husband's peace, he will find somewhere else. Most men want gratitude and appreciation. Most of us know that usually, men are the last jumping out of the boat. We do everything we can to keep the family together. However, sometimes things get to a point where we don't have more options but leave. Most likely it was the place her ex-husband got to. He had enough and the only thing left was filing for divorce. He is probably a man who didn't want to be in that relationship for years, but he still held on for a while, hoping that things would change. However, it didn't happen. At this point, it would be nice if we were able to hear from him as well.
I'm sure he went through hell and back just to file for the divorce. Like, that's not something men want to do. Usually when we have to leave relationships, we dread it. We don't just leave, I can't wait to leave her. No, we dread it more so than you may. You know, I left him because he didn't have the bag. I need a man with the bag. Meanwhile, he's paying all the bills. It's crazy.
And I know our mouths would probably drop, because if he left, it meant that a lot was going on in that relationship. If a man can't find peace in his home, I am sure he will find it elsewhere, and it could also be the reason he is gone. Some used to take these things for granted, and this is why they end up losing their partner. Maybe her relationship wouldn't have ended if she had paid attention to the little things she overlooked while they were together. But it's a bit late as he is already gone. Hopefully, things worked out how he expected and he found whatever he wanted.
6 weeks ago, my husband, the love of my life, my rock, sat down and said he needed to talk to me. Long story short, he is not happy and wants a divorce. We had just put a deposit on a bucket list trip to Italy for 2025. He told me this and I was so devastated. I screamed, I cried, I begged, I pleaded, please give me a chance. Give me a chance.
He had serious plans with her. Her bickering and complaining was the last draw. He was done. That's what happened. And she doesn't see it. She's like, he just played.
I wasn't perfect. I nagged. I did things that are not divorce worthy.
This statement
For
alone
years.
tells us that she knows why he left, and now she wants to convince herself that whatever she did shouldn't be enough to lead him to file for divorce. But based on how their story unfolded, he has a different opinion.
But when you're a man that does not stand up for yourself ever, when you're a man that keeps every single emotion inside and pretends that everything is hunky-dory, everything
Doesn't stand up for yourself ever. Do you hear what she just said? He put up with her stuff for years. When you're a man that doesn't stand up for yourself ever, that's what it sounds like.
everything's great. How long can you do that for before you explode? And that's exactly what he did. We retired a year and a half ago. We paid off our house. We got rid of any debt we
I'm
had.
done.
And we retired.
I won't be shocked her man left him with the towel in. Congratulations, bro. And you played yourself.
And now he wants a divorce.
Memo to the ladies. A man knows when you really don't love him. He can be unhappy all by himself. There was probably no love, no affection, possibly an affair that he can no longer live with. Peace is everything. I don't blame him at all. I was in a relationship, and it got to the point that every time she walked through the door, she said something negative every time first thing. She did things that didn't deserve to be divorced. That's all I needed to hear. This event made her understand that she had a great man by her side. He displayed the characteristic of someone who made the decision to end their marriage long ago, but he didn't do it because he was waiting for the right moment, and based on what she said, he just wanted to ensure that she was good when it's time to throw the towel. She mentioned that he waited until they had all the debts sorted, the house paid, and then he called it off. That's the behavior of someone who wanted to do things the right way. The reality is that he wanted to make sure that she was financially good and was able to walk on her own feet. That gesture alone shows how great he is. Even though he wasn't happy, he decided to stick around until she was financially stable.
Man,
I did things that are not divorce worthy.
This was the most important part of this clip. Basically, she believes that the things she has done weren't enough to be served the divorce paper, but this is where she got it wrong. She has a different understanding of what happened in their relationship, which explains why his decision surprised her. While she thought it was nothing, he was already planning his exit. He was just waiting for the right moment to pull the trigger, and he did it when both of them were in a position where they would be comfortable on their own.
Okay, I don't love this video, y'all. Okay, so her husband worked a 48-hour shift. I think he's a firefighter. Met him at church, and then came home and built this furniture that was just sitting there waiting for him. And she says he's happy to do it because he's a good man. Yeah, he's a good man. Doesn't mean that furniture should be sitting there waiting for him. In my opinion, I feel like you're taking advantage of his kindness. Sometimes, as husbands, we would like for our wives to step up. Today, he may be willing to do it, but I'm telling you, there's going to come a day when he walks in and there's furniture sitting there waiting for him. and he's going to have a breakdown.
That's true. At some point, he will realize they are not working as a team, and this will affect most people, even the kind ones. Working as a team feels better as it indicates that we are there for each other instead of having one person carrying most of the load.
And here's my problem with it. You created another video gaslighting the world. People who were trying to comment to you, telling you, even though he's willing to do it, this isn't good.
You want the wife to step up after she's just done 2 days of solo parenting? If he's a good man,
Wow.
then he is capable of saying no. He creates his own boundaries. Nobody else. She's not taking advantage. He's a good man, but also that's just too much. A 48-hour shift is insane, providing for you. I would have comfy clothes ready and a hot meal done. He needs rest. Why are you turning this heartwarming video into something controversial? He has a point. Even though the guy assembling the bed is a good man who wouldn't mind doing things for his family regardless of how tired he is, he would still appreciate some gestures from his partner. This is what she still didn't understand. And later, she will be the first to complain when things start going left. She probably doesn't know that the more she does and appreciates her husband, the more he will be willing and open to work for their family. This is the part she is missing.
In my opinion, I feel like you're taking advantage of his kindness.
That was a good observation, and this is what is probably going on in their household. But what she doesn't know is that even the good and generous guys also have their own limits, and at some point, they will reach theirs. And once it happens, things won't be the same anymore. And she will miss the old version of that man she always had, but didn't give him the level of appreciation he deserved. Imagine the level of satisfaction he would have if he came home and the bed was fully assembled. It would have made him understand that they are a team. It's what she should have done, as it creates a better dynamic in the household.
Little do they know, those little things will drain a man until he has nothing left full in his cup. The cup is empty. And then, same thing happened to the first woman. He walks out and goes on about his life. But you never get it until it's too late. But yeah, guys, if you made it this far in the video, you're a real one. Be sure to click the subscribe button. Also, click that notification bell just to make sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Thanks for watching. See you next video.